Hello kids, it is story time. Today's story is The Ant and the Grasshopper. Are you all ready to listen to the story? It was a beautiful summer day. The garden was filled with colorful flowers and insects. In the garden lived the ant and the grasshopper. The ant was very tiny and lived in its small ant hole. The ant was very intelligent and hardworking. The grasshopper was a very big insect, but he was very lazy. The whole day he just roamed around in the garden playing music. He did not like to do any work at all. One day, while walking in the garden, the ant thought about the coming winter season. In winter season, the weather would become very cold. It would be very difficult to find food and water. And that's why the ant made a plan. She thought about collecting food and storing it in her ant hole and keeping food ready for the winter season. Every day, the ant would go out in search of different kinds of food. She collected the food throughout the day, and in the evening she brought it back to store in her ant hole. It was very tiring, but she was very hardworking. One day, when the grasshopper was sitting and playing some music, he saw the ant carrying food with her. He looked at the ant and said, "Oh dear ant, why are you working so hard? Come, sit with me and have some fun," said the grasshopper. Listening to this, the ant replied, "Oh, Mr. Grasshopper, don't you know that the winter season is going to come? And if you don't collect food now, how will you manage in the winter season? The weather is going to be very cold, and it is difficult to find food and water," said the ant. The grasshopper heard the ant and started laughing. "Oh, poor ant, you are so silly. The winter is far away. Why do you have to worry about it now? I am not going to do any hard work like you. I am just going to sit and relax," said the grasshopper. Finally, the winter season came. The weather became very cold, and everywhere there was snow. The trees and the grass were also covered with snow. It was very difficult to find food and water. Though the weather was cold and the grass was completely covered with snow, the ant was staying happily in her ant hole. She had stored a lot of food in her ant hole. She did not worry about food at all. She had done a lot of hard work in collecting and storing the food for winter season. But poor Grasshopper did not have any house or food in the winter season. He had wasted all his time playing music during summer season. He was very lazy to collect food and store in his house. In the cold weather, he started walking looking for food and shelter. The grasshopper then decided to go to the ant and ask for some help. He went to the ant hole and asked the ant, "Oh dear ant, please, will you help me? Can you share some food? I am feeling very cold and hungry." The ant replied, telling, "Oh, Mr. Grasshopper, I just have food for myself. And this winter season is going to be very long. I cannot share my food with you. That is why I was asking you to do some hard work and store food for yourself. But you did not listen to me." "I am sorry, Mr. Grasshopper," said the ant. Poor Grasshopper became very sad. He did not get any help from the ant. He went on looking for food and shelter. That day, the grasshopper had learnt a very big lesson. He told to himself that from next summer he is also going to do a lot of hard work like the ant and collect food for himself, so that he is going to be safe just like the ant in the winter season. The moral of the story is, if you are hard working like the ant, then you are going to be very happy and you don't have to worry about anything. But if you are lazy like the grasshopper, then you are going to face lot of difficulties. Did you see how the ant was very happy because she did a lot of hard work in collecting food? But because the grasshopper was very lazy, it had to face a lot of difficulties in the winter season without food and shelter, right? So, whom do you want to be, the ant or the grasshopper? I am sure you all want to be like the ant and not lazy like the grasshopper. Hope you enjoyed the story, kids. Bye.